Yeah. Okay. Well, I want to just thank everyone for coming and joining us this afternoon. It's a beautiful day here in Texas. Absolutely. I don't know about y'all, but fall is just turning out to be quite spectacular here. Just great temperatures. Of course, we had 109 in the summer. But anyway, and Cindy did too. Cindy lives in a hot place. And before we go anywhere else, let me introduce Cindy Talley. She's our guest today, and she's a woman that I want to grow up to be like. Even though I'm quite a bit older. But she's a wonderful friend of ours. Just a heart of gold. The first time we met was at an event, and she was so sweet that she drove Barbara and me to the airport 2 hours away.
Yep. From St. George to Las Vegas.
Yeah,
Yes.
just as an also thing to keep anyone else from having to drive us and keep us from having to pay 40 each to get on a shuttle. So anyway, we got to spend the morning together and eat at a great little sandwich shop and just do some fun things and get to know each other a little better. So I'm so excited to bring her so that all of our aging expert fans can come and meet her. So anyway, tell us a little bit about what you're doing, and then after you do that, I want to tell them why I think that what you're doing is valuable for our guests.
Okay, sure. I'd love to. Hi, everybody. So, gosh, I have been, I'm a registered nurse for 33 years. And in most of that time, I'd say probably at least 28 years of that, I've been involved in the health and wellness industry and just really, paying attention to what's going on out there in the world, because, as Americans, as you know, are very unhealthy these days. And so I was doing everything I could for my family by researching nutrition and what we should, put in our bodies, what we shouldn't, and just different things to help us to stay healthy and age, well, as Barbara would say, gracefully. And I have a YouTube channel called Aging Joyfully. So through the years, just learning a lot. And now as a brand new empty nester, both of my kids have graduated. They both got married early at 20 years old. I think my son was only 19. And now I have 2 grandchildren. And even our dog died and 2 cats. And the first time in 33 years of being married and before that we haven't had anybody here in the house with us, just my husband and I. So, gosh, about a year ago, or even 2 years, I think it was closer to 2 years ago, I started thinking about just some things I wanted to share online on YouTube, but I just was not brave enough. I kept like getting in my head, like, well, what are other people going to think? And how ridiculous is that? Like, people really don't want to, hear just stuff like that and what you have to say. And all this stuff was going through my head. And then I always had the belief that I was shy, because when I was younger, and even when I got married to my husband 33 years ago, my wonderful husband, I was still shy. Like, I wouldn't talk a lot unless I was talked to. I never wanted to be noticed. I always stayed in the background. But then through the years, not only through my nursing, but being an entrepreneur and having my different businesses, I learned how to get out of my shell. And I just had so much personal growth through courses, through conferences, through other people, through mentors mentoring me. And a friend told me, like 4 years ago, Cindy, people want to know you. People want to hear what you have to say. You could bring value to them, and being shy and not sharing that is actually being selfish. And then recently I was like, oh my goodness, okay, I need to get over myself. And, I'm not selfish. I love people. I want to share. And then finally I went to this Master Your Power Within event that our company held. And there was just a lot of personal growth and mindset work that happened. And I came home And I was able to finally like just get rid of those past thoughts, develop a new story for myself, that people do want to hear what you have to say, and you do have value, and you can share things. And then, that whole fear of being in front of people, I started picturing as I'm talking on YouTube that I'm just talking to one person. There's one lady out there over 50 that's aging, that what I'm going to say that day is exactly what she needs to hear, instead of thinking like I'm sharing it with thousands of people, because that kind of freaks me out.
Well, I have a
So,
question for you.
yes.
Um, my belief is that so many people that are in the second half of life, okay, which our people know that in Genesis it says we have 120 years. It says God says, I have appointed to man 120 years. So really, we think 50 is half, but it's really 60. But wherever your half is, because if your body isn't in tip-top shape, you're not going to make the 120. And
Right.
that's just a fact of life. But you spend that first 30 or 40 years raising kids, having a job, climbing the corporate ladder, doing all the things that learning just about life.
Yes.
And when I was a kid, they'd always say, well, that's an old wives' tale. Well, how many old wives' tales have turned out to be true?
That'd be true.
Okay. 90% of them. And, I think in our culture, we've lost the old wives to tell the tales, because they were, they were in the office or whatever. But people have, whether it's business advice, health advice, child rearing advice, we have been there, we have done that, and we have advice to share. And I think so many times we think, well, I mean, me with my story about getting a gentleman off of 21 of 23 prescriptions.
Wow.
Hell, 23 prescriptions, and he's off totally of 21. And when I
Wow.
tell people, that's not pills, that's prescriptions. 2 of those were custom compounded, and they were 8 a day. So do the math. But, I just thought that was normal life. I didn't think until, I shared with a few friends, and I've always had people calling me for advice, and I'm going, I'm not a doctor, and I don't play one on TV, because I don't want to get in trouble sharing what I would do with my family. But I'm happy to share that. But anyway, I say that to say, I just thought that was life. So how many women are out there sitting there thinking, well, I raised my kids, but everybody does that. I worked in corporate America. Everybody does that. I started my own business, but everybody does that. So, that I want to dispel that myth. They don't. I mean, they may, but they don't do it the way you did. They may not remember the things of how you do. They may not have done some of the things you do. So, I mean, how many of y'all would like to have somebody with a nursing degree in your back pocket to call and say, what about da 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 da? How can I do that nutritionally? Okay.
Yes,
So
exactly.
go for it. And I didn't want to interrupt you. I just wanted to
Oh, I love
kind of
hearing that.
clarify
Exactly. Yes,
how
exactly.
valuable what you're saying is. Go ahead.
Yes. So go ahead, Barbara. Do you have something?
No, just one
Sorry,
of the, just on that note. Hi, yeah, I'm Barbara. I'm here. But on that note, so often we take for granted what we are good at.
Yeah.
And somebody else looking in they're going, how do you do that?
Yeah.
And it can be something simple. One day I was doing a talk for a group of ladies, and we were talking about how to schedule things and how to be productive. And so just, like, no is a complete sentence. If if your schedule's out of balance, then no is a complete sentence. And if you keep seeing something on your schedule and it just irritates you and frustrates you because you're not getting to it, then is it something that you really need to be doing, or get it off your schedule? And
Beautiful eraser.
we were on a Zoom, so I could see some of the women that were absolutely frantically taking notes. And I'm like, oh, well, this is nice. They were taking notes. Afterwards, one of the girls came on and just said, Barb, this has been life-changing for me.
Wow.
And
Mhm,
I was like, but we were just talking about a schedule, of how to ease up your
mhm,
schedule. It was kind of one of those work-life balance
mhm,
type of thing.
mhm.
And when I said to her that no is a complete sentence, and just because it's on your schedule, decide whether you're going to do it or not. Will it move your needle forward?
Mhm.
She said, Barb, that was liberating. I've taken a couple of things off my schedule.
That's great.
So you never
You
know. It
never
can be something
know.
that simple.
Yes, yes.
Mhm.
So
Yes.
if
That's
you
why
have,
we do this
this
show.
is why we do
That's
this
why
show.
we started Thoughtful Thursdays and Monday Motivations, because people were saying, y'all need to share. You need to share. And so Barbara and I collaborated to do it together to kind of hold each other feet to the fire so that we would show up continually
Yes,
on
that's so good. Accountability.
a long term.
And plus to have a conversation, because
Mhm.
so often people they'll be in a conversation and all of a sudden something will come up that'll be like, oh wow, I didn't know that. But if
Mhm.
you had not been having a conversation, it wouldn't have come up.
Yes.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly.
It
That
is
happens so often. You get more than 2 or 3 people in a room and we always have conversations of like,
yeah.
wow, thank
Conversation.
you. I needed to hear that.
Yeah, the bunny
Exactly.
trails
I
are
need to hear that.
valuable.
Yes,
Bunny trails are
definitely.
valuable.
Okay.
Yes.
So go
So,
ahead, Cindy, finish.
yeah.
Yes.
So with Aging Joyfully with Cindy Talley RN, I put all those words in there, aging, because I'm in that stage of life over 50. I'm 53 now. And at that 53 years of life, I know that I've been there. I've done a lot of things. And, as we're aging, I know that, like we just talked about, there's things that I can share about aging, the things that women go through, like just even starting to look older, getting wrinkles, gray hair, things within our bodies, our hormonal changes, especially, going through perimenopause, postmenopause, all women go through it differently. And some women I hear have an awful time. So what a great thing to be able to be there and support and let them know, no, you're not going crazy and you can get help. So you do not have to go through it like this. And then, gosh, I think about all the psychological and social changes. Some women at my age are their kids are out of the house and they're just decided to go back and get a degree. Or maybe something traumatic. They've been married for 25, 30 years and they're getting a divorce,
My husband passed away. Didn't
yeah,
expect to be a widow at 50.
exactly. Like all of these things are happening as we're aging, but how can we do that and remain joyful? And so how can we go through the aging process with our health and wellness, our social, our psychological and mental health? How can we do that and still remain joyful? And, so for me, I'm faith-based. I put God at the top of my list every day. And so I want to be able to share that with other women. And I know there's other women out there that are, but sometimes they forget, or it's been a while, whether they're involved in a community, in a church or something, or, around other women of their faith, or maybe they're not, and even if you're not faith-based, just being around those positive people, that can help you out and help you to remain joyful, just having that community of women that you can go through. So joyful to me is like we can choose every day to wake up and be happy, but then there's always those things that can spoil that happiness. But joy comes from the root, like deep inside. It's just, part of you that God has given us for our light to shine out to the world so that we can serve others. So that was kind of the whole gist of it. And I hopefully will get to, I'm wanting to start interviewing people also, and just going through,
Oh,
I don't know if I'll do it
excuse
once
me.
a week. Yes, I will definitely interview you, both of you, and start doing that like once a week. And then the other dailies are just little short clips, just a little short. Monday, mindset; Tuesday, terrific tips Tuesday; wellness Wednesday; throwback Thursday. And I think I have fantastic Friday. And then sometimes I'm trying to decide, because I'm brand new, I may skip Saturdays and just do like a sacred Sunday. So it's brand new, but I'm really getting out there. I'm starting to get a following of other women and people who are, just finding and listening and just loving, what I have to share. And even this morning, I think what you said, Barbara, about just saying something, and that one person was like, wow, like I'll get comments back. Like I did a makeup tip, on how to get your, like how, how we get the droopy eyelids coming down, and how to wear your makeup to make your eyes look wider and bigger. And I'm no makeup expert. I learned from another expert online, and then I shared it. And I had people like commenting, oh my goodness, I tried that today. It really worked,
Mhm.
And this morning I was wearing a shirt that had a Bible verse on it when I was at our new Aldi's. Aldi's is opening today in our area. Yay.
Yay.
And it was a madhouse in there. But one lady stopped that worked there, read my shirt, and she's like, oh my goodness, I so needed that today. I mean, I knew it, but I need it. All things are possible to those who, love the Lord. And she just said, thank you. Like it just hit me right in the face. Like there you were right in my face. And I read it, and I just like, I needed that. And I was like, oh my goodness. Like I put that shirt on for a reason this morning. I didn't know what it was, but it was for that one lady,
Yeah, because you're the billboard that people read, whether it's a t-shirt that has a scripture on it, whether it's a smile. I mean, that was the hardest thing for me to learn back in high school.
Mm-hmm.
And I've shared it before, I think on our Thursday shows, but my mouth turns down. See?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I have a friend whose mouth turns up, and she could tell you every which way from Sunday how the cows came home and pooped in your back door, and it was all your fault. And you'd go away saying, thank you so much, because her mouth turns up. But so I had to learn, because my best friend said, why do you always stand at the locker looking sad? You look sad. I'm going, oh, I'm not sad at all. Yeah. And so I had to learn to continuously smile
Oh, that's
out in public.
interesting. Yeah.
My husband will even ask me that. Are you
Mhm.
okay? No, I was resting my mouth.
Yeah.
Thank God it takes less muscles to smile than it does to frown.
To frown.
Yes,
The
exactly.
smile, it's free. You can give it to anybody. It is contagious.
Yes,
They
I
will
love
smile back, and then they may smile at the next person, or the next person that's behind you doesn't know they're smiling back at you, and they think they're smiling at them, and it just is a chain reaction that just makes the world better.
Absolutely.
I'm
Definitely.
excited. I'm excited for your new show. I really
Thank
am.
you.
So
Thank you
glad
so
you're doing
much.
it.
Yeah, I just, being an empty nester is a new adventure. And I know a lot of people go through, that and have a harder time. So I just want to be there for them and, talk to them about that too, because that's big. I'm talking to so many people in my life right now that are going through the exact same thing. My sister, like her son just went off to college, the last one of the three, and she homeschooled for 20 something years. So now
Oh,
she's
yeah.
back out in the workforce, so she'll be somebody I'm interviewing too, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, but it's just fun. Yeah, my husband is an amazing man, and just him, just getting close to retirement, as we're aging, it's just a couple of years away, and then with this YouTube channel, and getting out there and just, continuing for it to grow, it's something that I can take with me on the road as I'm traveling, and keep sharing, and keep serving others, with my voice, whatever I have to say, and share to help others. Because my main goal, as a nurse, I became a nurse because I love to help people. So this is just one way that I can, as we travel, going to all the national parks and all the things we want to do in our retirement, I can easily, do the YouTube with it. So.
Yes. Well, and don't you find that doing this keeps you sharper? I mean, we could spend our days, all three of us could spend our days on the couch watching soap operas. Never did enjoy them, but you
No.
know, watching whatever, or, fussing at our husbands. But isn't this
Mhm.
much more fun? You know,
Yes.
and cutting him down, saying, get out, mow that yard, get out and do that. Go
Yes,
chase
I
a chicken.
love hearing people's stories because people go through so much in their lives and we have no idea till we ask. And so what fun to be able to sit here and just have this, afternoon chat and just enjoying each other's company and learning about each other. And I bet you guys, as you're interviewing, learn something also from every single
Oh,
person that you interview.
yes, we do. We do. And I look forward to watching your channel, how it grows and everything.
Yes, I'm excited.
Yeah, and just
Anyway,
I was just gonna say, so you guys out there listening, if you have an idea in your head, all you got to do is just
Yeah.
go for it.
Just go
Like
for
I
it.
was scared for a long time, and finally, you just have to make the decision
mhm.
and make your first video, and then keep going.
Well, and
No,
Cindy's
and
giving away. We have another friend that y'all saw on here last week, Anita. And
Yes,
Cindy is who encouraged Anita to do her show.
yes,
So
yeah. So yeah,
spread the joy.
yeah,
yes,
and
really.
like for me, when I started doing these little 50-second videos on Instagram.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
That's how I started. But then it was like, oh, okay, now that was easy. The first few I deleted, of course. But but then you just get, oh, okay, yeah, I can talk about this, and oh yeah, I can talk about that, and 50 seconds, yeah, anybody can do 50 seconds. And then you graduate to 2 minutes, and then you're 5 minutes, and now I do shows.
Yes,
Now we
I
have a
know.
hard time keeping it in the 30-minute slot.
Now we have trouble keeping it under 30 minutes.
Yes.
So on that note, I want to say thank you so much for coming on, Cindy.
Oh, you're so welcome.
It's been on. You can also
Pleasure.
see her on our Thoughtful Thursdays. She came on there a while back, and
Yeah.
just oh, and I guess we need to introduce ourselves for any new people. I'm Carol Henderson. I have Life by Design. I help people to up their nutritional IQ, help them up their spiritual IQ, because I want you to spiral up. I want your life to ever be ascending. So that's what I do. And you can reach me at wellness.adam, ATOM, connects, CONNECTS.com. Wellness.adamconnects.com. Dots and ats are, yeah. Wellness.adamconnects.com. And there's even a free gift there. So go there on the front page, there's a free gift. So Barbara, you want to tell them how they can get a hold of you?
Yeah, well, I'm Barbara Ellison. I'm a transformational life trainer, because I truly believe that each and every one of us deserves to lead a happy, healthy, financially free, abundant life. But in order to do that, we do need to have mental, physical, and financial fitness.
Mhm.
So that's what I'm all about. And, it's just everybody gets to start wherever they want to.
Mhm.
What's the thing that you need to start with first? That's what we're going to start with. But then, what? The sky's the limit.
Mhm.
So the best way to get in touch with me, you can check out my Aging Gracefully page. It is on bit.ly. And I just went blank.
That happens over 50. I just did
life
video on
training
that.
today. And I'll make sure that that's right and put it in the show notes. Life training today. And just check it out. And because I truly believe, it's like Carol says too, is that we're like fine wine, we improve with age.
Yes.
And we do not, women have been given a bill of goods that we have to wrinkle and get old. We don't.
Amen. Amen.
We don't.
Okay. Well, Cindy, you want to tell us how you want to tell us how to get a hold of you?
Well, it's on YouTube under Aging Joyfully with Cindy Talley RN. Facebook is I think it's just gosh, it's a different one because it's just a plain. You can find me under Cindy Krebs Talley,
Yes.
and Instagram at Aging Joyfully with Cindy Talley RN, and TikTok with I think it's at Cindy Talley RN.
Okay. Well, guys, it's been great to have y'all today. I just want to say thank you so much for joining us. Please share. Please tell your friends about us and come back next week. Bye.
Yes. Bye. Thank you
Everybody.
guys. It was